Now then guys, long time. Welcome back to Wandering Souls. So in my war room today, last time you saw us we was in ads. We talked about doing the firelighters and how to make them, the sort of woodwool ones that you can buy. So stick with us and I'll show you how we do them. They're about, well, between £5 and £7 a bag. Basically it's just woodwool. It's wood shavings wrapped in paraffin wax, just like that. I'll put a video up now, show you how they burn. They're really good. Take a light, burn for a few minutes, fantastic, but they're expensive, and us being us, we like to do things a little bit cheaper. So I'm going to show you how to make them yourself, just using a bit of wood shavings and some paraffin wax. You can see that burn for ages. I think I timed that about 6 minutes, and you see how easily it took a light from that tinder, from that lint that I use my striker on. So when you're out in the field or you're camping, it's really easy then just to spark up a fire anyway. And if you've got a little kit turning around to show you, a little fire kit like Adam showed you, then it's dead easy and you'll never go cold. Excuse the old rusty axe, that's another little project that's going to be coming up at some point on the channel. Right then, so to begin with guys, all you need is some old wax. As you can see, this one, it's a candle we've used, probably a cheap one, but the wax in there has all been used, the wick's burnt up, and all you do now is usually chuck them out, or if you like us, use them in your wax melts. But if you chuck it out, it's perfect, it's free. You need to then get yourself a hand plane or a spoke shave or something like that, and then an old offcut of timber, excuse me, down, old offcut bit of timber to take some shavings off. Now this here is just an old bed slat, as you can see, it's a bit bowed, and I just take some shavings off it. We'll show you how we do that next. So with your offcut bit of wood in the vise guys, what you then need to do is just get your plane and take some nice long strokes on there. I'm fortunate enough to have a wax melter that I use for sealing the ends of my logs up when I do wood turning. So you start then guys by rolling up a little bit of the wood wool. I've got a little bit of paraffin wax wrapped in the middle of there. Just roll it a bit like a cigar. Really straightforward. Now that's probably 1.5 inches. But as we get some wax on there and roll it up a bit more with some of this, it will get bigger. Just dab a bit of wax on there from the old wax melter. Although it's started to set a bit, so I've just turned it off, so I might just turn it back on. And as we do that, a bit more of your wood shavings, straighten them out and roll them nice and tight. You're trying to make that a nice tight bind, because then it'll burn slower. The tighter you can get it, the slower it will burn. And no Adam, no innuendos, no jokes when you're editing this. So a bit of wax, bit of shavings. Wrapping them in layers, making them quite tight as you're doing it. It doesn't matter if they come a bit loose. If you look at the originals, they're a bit loose themselves. It won't really matter by the time we get to the finished product. It'll be just as good as the original, if not better, because it's free. And at the very end, guys, I've just trimmed up the edges and took off the loose bits because I could hear Ad's voice in the back of my head with his OCD complaining. And then just roll it a bit like a cigar so it's nice and tight. And that essentially is it. So as we can see there, the one on the right, which is the store-bought, has caught quicker. I think it's because it's not actually on the flames there. Here we go. Now, as you can see from that, there's no real difference in how they take a light, other than my poor skills with the striker and the rod. But the left one, the homemade one, definitely seems to be burning a bit stronger, really. Now, whether that means it's not going to last as long, who knows? But again, very, very comparable. Both virtually gone out now. The one on the left, which is the one we've made, is almost out completely. The one on the right is virtually not far behind it, really. We're into 7 minutes now, easily 7 minutes. Oh, there we go. One on the left's gone out. One on the right's got a little flame. But, you know, for an homemade firelighter, to save yourself between 5 and 8 quid a pack, there's nothing really in it. Oh, and the right one's out as well. A little bit of a flame left there, but virtually out. Yeah, nothing in it. So, you know, for the sake of, for 8 quid and making yourself a fire starter, which, you know, probably took me all of 2 minutes, other than the video and for you guys, go out and make them. They're so easy. Stick them in your bag. They're waterproof. They light easy. They hold a flame. And it means you've got a fire in the wettest and coldest of weathers. Right then, guys, back to my remote. So as you can see, the work, it's not a gimmick. I apologise you've waited so long for this. I know I've been promising it ages, and I could just hear Ad like, going on and on and on the back of my head, taking the mick out of me because I've said I'm going to do it for ages. You can see how quick they are. 2 minutes to make. Burn just as good as the shop bought. They're all for free. And, you know, if you're out in the woods, you're wild camping, you find yourself in a pickle, your tinder's wet, you're going to get 6-7 minutes out of one of those. If you have two, that's 15 minutes of burning before you're struggling. And any tinder that you split should take a flame in 15 minutes. All to say then is, if you've found anything interesting or not, we'd appreciate the like, hit that thumbs up button. Leave us some comments, even if it's just you're an idiot and you nearly burnt down your workshop. I take it all on board. You know, and subscribe. It's free, costs you nothing, and it means the world to us. Keeps us going and keeps us motivated. On to the next.